And the rockets spread glare.
Come on.
The bombs bursting in air.
Oh.
Gave proof through the night that our flag was still there.
Oh my, what?
If I bring you home to mama, I guess I better warn you. She falls in love a little faster than I do. And my dad will check your tires, pour you whiskey over ice, and take you fishing, but pretend that he don't like you. Oh, if we break up, I'll be fine, but you'll be breaking more hearts than mine.
This is actually really nice.
Sister.
Wagwan people names. Oh my gosh, it's been such an awesome day. Like, such an awesome day. I can't even tell you, like, so I've actually launched my very first ever store, and I just cannot believe that I've done that. And I know that probably it's maybe not a big deal to other people, but it's a big deal for me because I just never thought, if you'd have said to me this time last year that I would have, you know, walked away from my job, my 9-to-5 job, my very stable but very boring and soul-crushing job, and was now doing something that is really scary, that probably isn't paying me as much as my previous employment was, but that I had complete freedom of my day, complete freedom to, you know, be delving into all of this different art, whether it's music or movies or anime or whatever, building a community of people that I genuinely love. And now I've got a store that's got my merch on there. I don't think that's something that I would have been able to say that I was necessarily confident was definitely going to happen. But now that it's here, I'm just like, wow. So I'm just hoping it continues to grow, and I hope you guys like love it as well. So my fingers are crossed. Ugh. So it is a little bit warm in here. So if you do hear my fan, like, I'm sorry, it's loud. You are gonna hear it, but it is hot. It's really hot. So if I've got to suffer, you got to suffer. You got to suffer. My other fan needs some juice. On that gin and juice. Anyway, so there's a few things I want to react to today. So one of the first things, like, I mean, I've got a movie I need to react to a bit later for one of my Patreon members, which is Origin by, is it Ava DuVernay, I think it is. So we'll get to that, but I have to react to the proper version of this because I don't even know if this is like a real thing. Well, I've since been told and I've since read that it is a real thing, but I just need to, I need to actually see the full performance, if you can call it that. So there is a lady, and her name is Ingrid Andress. Ingrid Andress. Okay, so I've never heard of this lady before. The clip I saw was very much like, because I ended up posting it to my Instagram, just being like, are you for real? And that was just the little clip that I saw. Like, the National Anthem is a big deal. I think anybody that has paid any attention to any part of sports games in America, or any, like, you know, massive thing in America when it comes to someone performing that, is a big deal. You know, whether it's an inauguration, whether it's at the Super Bowl, whatever it might be, someone that's gonna stand in a football field or a baseball field or whatever, basketball court, wherever, and sing the National Anthem in front of thousands of people, millions of people worldwide watching through YouTube and stuff. It's a big deal. So I'm like, I don't really understand what happened here. Like, I don't understand. I've read some stuff, and I'll get to that in a minute, but I think let's go through this again together, yeah? Let's just do that, because it's a mad one. It is actually a mad one. Here we go. Sorry, it's really hard to find one that isn't just on the news. I want to hear the entire thing from start to finish.
by the Texas Department of Public Safety Honor Guard. Now to perform the National Anthem, please welcome four-time Grammy-nominated country singer-songwriter Ingrid Andress.
Someone said that she's 4-time Grammy nominated.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed
No.
by the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare,
Come
the
on.
bombs bursting in air,
Oh.
gave proof through the night that our flag was still there.
Oh my, what?
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free?
What?
And the home of the brave.
Listen, I am sorry, but I need to put that back because are you joking? That's even worse than what I thought it was because I only saw a clip of this on Instagram. Let me just.
Now to perform the National Anthem, please welcome four-time Grammy-nominated country singer-songwriter Ingrid Andress.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed
Is already in
by
trouble.
the twilight's last gleam,
I mean, that could have been a nice stylistic choice.
stripes and bright stars
That
through
vibrato.
the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched
She sounds in
were
pain.
so gallantly streaming.
It's a very long pause.
Rocket's red glare, the
Oi!
bombs bursting in air,
Oi!
proof through the
Proof?
night that our flag was still there.
You can feel the. And listen to the crowd. Dude. Mm.
Or the land of the free, and the home of the brave.
Listen. I actually reacted to like the worst national anthems. Yeah, I've already done that, and I feel like this has got to be number one now. I did see someone had written on the video that I saw on Instagram. Someone had put Fergie can now rest, and you know what? I know that if anything, Fergie probably would have reached out to her to be like, do you know what? I've been there when I tried a little thing, like it didn't quite go over. So it will blow over, but will it? you know, these moments are so monumental, yeah, that when you do them, they are in like the history books almost. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're either gonna be like legendary as as Whitney Houston was, or you're gonna be on that like Fergie, sorry to say, Christina Aguilera-esque type of, you know. And these people who can sing, do you know what I mean? I don't know what happened here. I know that these things are saying that she was drunk, and yeah, my patron member was saying as well that she's entered herself into rehab, and obviously I don't know the ins and outs of. I don't know who this lady is. Do you know what I mean? I don't know who she is, so you know I'm not judging her in terms of a person, no, because who am I to judge her as a person? Do you know what I mean? I can't do that, and you know these things are illnesses, aren't they? Do you know what I mean? It's like, you know, like they're sicknesses and stuff. You know, I've known people that have suffered with alcoholism. So, you know, it's not to say that I'm necessarily rubbishing her for that. But at the same time, I'm like, how has it got to the point where you allowed this to happen? How have you got to, how has nobody in Soundcheck or anyone been like, do you know what, Ingrid, mate? Not tonight. We'll have to say that someone, you're ill, will play it over. But anything would have been better than anything at all. I know people are there, and I don't even know. I don't know what the home run derby. So what is the home run derby? Because I don't know what that is. Like, is this as big as like the Super Bowl in terms of like, oh my god, like millions upon millions upon millions of people are watching this? Or, well, I mean, it's got to be big enough. It's been televised. And you're a 4-time Grammy nominated artist. Never heard of her. She's got a tiny desk as well. So, you know, what I am going to do after this is I'm going to go and I'm going to react to one of, maybe even her tiny desk. That's a bit long. I might just do one song. And just so I can kind of see what she's meant to sound like. Because even in this, I don't even know I don't, honestly. It just angers me because there are so many people that are so incredibly talented that are just singing in subways and at the end of trains and in the middle of the road in the pouring rain with no. And I'm not saying, I'm sure she's probably paid her dues and she's probably done all of that as well. But then how have you got a profession where you're able to show up and deliver that and not go, do you know what, actually I'm not gonna. I would rather subject everybody to what that was. Bearing in mind as well that like this is the age of the internet. Like, it's around forever. Like, this is gonna be like on loops and TikToks and all sorts for such a long time. It's just incensed me, man. It becomes like, it's, as I said, I don't know who she is, and I feel bad for her. I genuinely feel bad for her because, you know, she is the one that's going to be up the, you know, on the receiving end of the critique. But like, there has to be something, surely, that goes, do you know what? Not tonight. Who's her team? Who's her management? Who's in her corner? Like, they were like, yeah, get in front of the whole wide world and deliver that. Like, I had never even heard of her before this, and now what I know her as is the person that butchered the national anthem, because she was drunk. Like, that to me is a people that's not in your corner, and I don't know, you know, look, sometimes it takes something monumental to have an intervention, and maybe this is what it is, but what a way to have an intervention, man. Like, wow, that was terrible. And I'm not one, I mean, usually when I'm on here, it's all like, you know, positivity and light and whatever, but you gotta call a spade a spade. That was bad. That was really bad. And like, it was worse than the clip I saw. Like, that was really bad. That was really bad. Like, really bad. I don't even know. I don't know what I would like. Oh my gosh. The good thing for her though is clearly that she's got a lot in the bank. That people can say, well, you know, she's got a tiny desk. She's been nominated 4 times for Grammys. So, you know, but there were so many things in that were like the phrasing, the vibrato, the trying to scale, the trying to do the run. Like, there were so many things in that. So I'm like, well, how drunk did you need to be then to deliver that? Because that was, you know, there's a lot of people out there when they get drunk and they're singing karaoke, they were still able to belt out a couple of tunes. Like, it was so... with them begs the question, then how drunk was she? Do you know what I mean? Like I said, I'm sure the rest of the internet has come down quite hard on this young lady, so I'm not trying to dig her out too much, but if anything, my frustration isn't... Well, no, like, you know, she's a grown person, do you know what I mean? Like, so there's some responsibility that she has to take for deciding to take on a stage. Like, this is your job at the end of the day. You know, if anybody else turned up to their job drunk... I'll never forget working in a company where one of the guys I was working with was, like, high, like, and he would come into these meetings, like, flailing his arms all over the place and stuff, and you'd be like, is anyone else seeing this? Because this, like, that is reprehensible. What are you doing? You coming to work like that? I mean, that's mad. So for you to be like, nah, I'm going to ignore all the signs of how drunk I am and I'm going to get on that stage, irresponsible. But then the people around her, she's got a brand. Like, she's obviously worked hard enough to get herself to the point where she's been nominated for 4 Grammys, and this is what comes out, and nobody said no. I'm sorry, but people... Anyway, I would love to know what you guys thought of this. I think I made it quite clear what I thought of this, but I'm just flabbergasted. Absolutely flabbergasted that this is even real. Even when I saw the clip, I'm like, is this some kind of parody, or is this a film that's about to come out? Like, what is going on here? What is going on? Absolutely terrible. Absolutely terrible. Bless her. And here's hoping that she gets the help that she needs, so that this never repeats itself. Do you know what I mean? Like, because it's just so embarrassing. Like, it's just so embarrassing. And for someone who, you know, all I can think about here is, and I mean, listen, in comparison to the people that I react to and stuff, like, yeah, I might try and hold a note, but, like, you know, I know the kind of nerves I get when I sing in front of anybody. Do you know what I mean? Ever, like, on like an actual stage. So to go into something knowing that, like, I'm not going to deliver my best, I just would never do that. And this is someone who, and I get it, I guess, because, you know, she's, if it is alcoholism, then obviously that's, you know, you're not necessarily thinking your right mind. But I just don't understand how people around her weren't like, no. I know there's probably a lot of, like, autonomy that an artist will have, but surely, like, if, you know, the people that have booked her, for example, like, you want this at your event, unless they're just happy for the views. Let's make a viral moment at this poor woman's expense. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I hope she gets the help that she needs. And, you know, shame on whoever allowed this to go through. Shame on all of you. Shame. Anyway, thank you so much for watching that with me. Maybe I'm gonna, in fact, you know what? I'm gonna end it on a positive, because I feel bad that this, you know, the internet's probably come for her hard. I'm gonna go with More Hearts Than Mine, because the music video's got 41 million views. So, and there was somewhere that she did this live. Oh, at the same age, right? We're gonna do that. Okay.
I can't wait to show you where I grew up. Walk you around the foothills of my town. You probably feel like you've been there before, after hearing all the stories I've been telling you for 6 months now. We'll probably have to sleep in separate bedrooms, pack a shirt for church because we'll go. Well, I'm not trying to scare you off, but I just thought that we should talk a few things out before we hit the road. If I bring you home to mama, I guess I better warn you, she falls in love a little faster than I do. It
This is actually really nice.
Sister's gonna
Really nice.
ask a million questions and say anything she can to turn you red. And when you meet my high school friends, they'll buy you drinks and fill you in on all the crazy nights I can't outlive. So if I bring you home to mama, I guess I better warn you, she falls in love a little faster than I do. And my dad will check your tires, pour you whiskey over ice, and buy you dinner but pretend that he don't like you. Oh, if we break up, I'll be fine, but you'll be breaking more hearts than mine. Oh, 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 oh. If I bring you home to mom, I guess I better warn you, she feels every heartache I go through. And if my dad sees me crying, he'll pour some whiskey over ice and tell a lie and say he never really liked you. Oh, if we break up, I'll be fine, but you'll be breaking more hearts. You'll be breaking more hearts than mine.
Ah, and you know what? Now I'm imagining her crying about this whole controversy, and now I feel bad for her. Be interesting to know what that song is about, because obviously that touched her quite deeply. If I'm being honest though, I suppose in comparison to what I've heard through the National Anthem, I mean, it doesn't. It's not even a comparison, is it? It's not even a comparison. But I'll be honest, I don't know whether it's my favorite voice anyway. Like I don't know. Like I don't know whether that's the kind of voice that I'd be giving the National Anthem to. Like I've said this before, every time that I've reacted to the National Anthem, like it's not an easy song to sing. Do you know what I mean? Like it's there's a lot of stuff going on, like, and there's a lot of big bits and stuff, and I feel like even in that song where she was getting to the bridge bit and she was opening up and doing a bit more of those like louder, bigger vocal bits, I felt like this tone doesn't seem like it's too far away from going off. Do you know what I mean? It's not too far away from going off. So why then, like, I don't know, was she nervous? Was she I don't know this artist, but I don't know whether that's the kind of voice that would have been. I don't know. It's a very nice for that kind of, soft kind of speaky, singy kind of voice. Do you know what I mean? Like, but I don't think when it comes to singing the National Anthem, those are the kind of voices that really shine like that. I mean, that's just my opinion. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I'm sure there's other people that will probably disagree and will probably say that, look, on a good day when she wasn't inebriated, that like she would have smashed it. But I still feel like the kind of character of her voice, it's so like, it feels meek. It feels meek to take on a song like that. So I don't really, unless this was her hometown or something, and that was the reason why they asked her to do it. I don't. There's a lot of questions I got here, but I kind of thought after the first kind of like minute of that song, of the CMA performance, I was going to be like, oh, do you know what? This is where she like, yeah, okay, I get it. But I still don't really get. I don't know. So I don't know whether I'm going to react to her Tiny Desk, to be honest. But yeah, fingers crossed that she gets the help she needs. Excuse me. And that she uses this opportunity, I guess, to bounce back even better. You know, as much as people will will jump on things like this. I mean, they also love to, I think people genuinely love to see someone and you know, make a comeback as well, and they will cheer for you and champion you and stuff. So, you know, I'm sure people now will be like, nah, let's build her up. You know, she's because I guess the frustration that I had is, like I said to my Patreon member, it's just how many people out there are just striving to make it. Do you know what I mean, are just striving for an opportunity to be seen, and you've got a whole platform like that, and that is how you come out with that, and that's how you're allowed to come out with that. Like, it's just it's actually unbelievable in 2024. It's unbelievable. But yeah, wishing her all the best and hope she makes a speedy recovery. Anyway, I'd love to know what you guys thought of this. Are there any other songs that maybe you would suggest would be better, like are better to react to, and I get more of a sense of who she is? What did you make of this performance? Yeah, just love to know what other people thought. I mean, aside from what I'm clearly seeing from all of these different videos, but I'd like to know what other people thought of this. So yeah, do drop me a like and subscribe if you did enjoy this reaction, and if you do want access to my videos before they come to YouTube, then please come over to Patreon, and that's what all my videos will be. And actually, it's a great way to help support the channel as well. So, fingers crossed. So yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you on a much better one.